Once you learn what you got to do, the car's going to fall where they're going to fall, bro. Because you over here worrying about them, but when Christ come back, you going to die. Now what? They ain't going to get it because the history, we already read how they treated us, but you're not going to get it because you was like, what about you? What about you? What about you? But they're like, man, you dirty Mexican, kill him. Exactly. I'm for real, yeah, that's what it is. When you young, we all got gang members, family, don't we? Yes, when we grow up, we don't know who they is. We say, why you hate him for? We don't got no context, right? But then when they start going through the history, what you say, you get to understand it, right? So read this about Esau. So God is saying, two people are going to be in this womb, right? One's going to be stronger than the other. Read.
And the elder shall, Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. And the elder shall serve the younger.
So now, let's go to the history of the so-called white man and Jacob, right? Now you're going to understand why God says what he says. Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red.
So the first one came out red. Read.
All over like in hairy garment.
Oh, white people are red and hairy? What do you call them? Red what? Rednecks. They're rednecks, right? Read.
And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out.
Why didn't they say nothing about his brother? Yeah, and his brother came out. Because he looked like everybody else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, wait, this baby, why is this baby red and hairy? So you thinking, okay, if this one red and hairy, the other one will be red and hairy, right? Jacob come out, we just normal looking, like, oh, that's a brother. All right, on to what he was saying. Read.
And his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Remember we read it said, the elder shall serve the younger? We came out holding our brother's heel, right? Read.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew.
So now we growing up. Esau and Israel, we growing up, right? Read.
And Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field.
What are white people? What they love doing? Hunting, and they be in the woods all the time, right? They're hunters. They're always in the woods, they're always in the fields, right? So when you read, go back to Hebrews 12:16. When you read Hebrews 12:16, read.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16.
You know?
Lest there be any fornicators or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat.
Because he was hunting, he was out hunting, right? He comes back, there's some history in Genesis, he comes back, he's hungry, he's like, hey man, get that from actually, in Genesis. So he comes back, he's like, man, I'm hungry, I just got done hunting, I've been doing all this stuff. He see Jacob, us, that's cooking, right? He said, hey, give me that. And Jacob was like, what you gonna give me for it though? He's like, what you want? Give me your birthright. He said, you want this? You can have this garbage, I don't even want it. He gave it up for some raw meat. Right. So his birthright was gone. Would you give your birthright up to rule the whole earth? Hell no. But the so-called white man, he said, I'm so hungry and famished, I'll give you my salvation for some meat.
Right.
It says raw meat. What do they like? They like raw steaks, don't they? Red, seared both sides. You think that's a coincidence like that? They always been like that. That's a spirit that they carry.
Right.
So when you hear God ain't here for everybody, he for the Israelites, you can't be mad when these people literally saying, take this, I don't want it, give me some meat. They say, I'll give you salvation. I don't want that, give me some meat, I'm hungry. So when you got it? So when you ain't got it, then that's why God says what he says. Let's go back to Hebrews 12. Somebody find that for him right there. Esau sold his meat with Jacob. Yeah, read it. So when he gave his salvation up, and now these people that oppress us and give you this image.
25 and 30.
So now when you grow up and these people right here that gave you this image teach you lies, and then you meet us and we say, hey, everybody can't get the kingdom. Why? If you wanted to If you sold your birthright for salvation, would you want to go by yourself? Would you want to die by yourself, or you try to take people with you? You know what a crash out is? You know what a crash out is? You know what a YN is? Do YNs that crash out just want to die by themselves, or they're going to take everybody with them if they can? They're going to crash out. They'll say, hey, I done messed up. I ain't going by myself.
Right.
Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 28.
Bring it out.
And excuse me, verse 29. And Jacob saw it pottage. And Esau came from the field.
So we read about Esau. They're cunning hunters, right? They love the field. So he coming from the field. Jacob sitting there cooking up food, right? Because we know the kingdom, Hispanics and blacks, what we like to do? Cook and hang out. Chilling. We just hanging out, chilling. If you go to your parents' house right now, you go, what are they going to be doing? Chilling, cooking. You be like, why are you just hanging out here, right? So Esau, he walking up. What you doing, Jacob? I'm just chilling, bro. Just cooking some food, right? Read.
And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
He said, man, I'm hungry as hell, bro. What you got in that pot right there, man? Read.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
He said, bro, feed me, bro. I'm hungry as hell. Give me that meat right there. Jacob said, but this meat, it's not even cooked. He said, I don't give a damn if it's cooked or not. I'm hungry as hell, man. Feed me. So man, you sitting there chilling, your brother coming in, hey man, give me that raw steak. How you gonna look at him? Hey, what's wrong with you, bro? You on something else right now, ain't it? Girl, I don't know about that one. Are we really broke? Read.
For he said, I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
So now his name elevated to Edom. So you'll hear in the Bible more times, you might say Edom this, Edom that. That's the same person. Right. Edom means wasted away. Right? Read.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
He said, you know what? This sounds so crazy, what you asking me, because you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to. He said, that sounds so crazy that you want to eat this raw meat. I give it to you if you give me your birthright. Give me your salvation for it, and I'll give it to you. In your right mind, would you give it up for some food? Hell no. But what did Esau do, Read?
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point of, behold, I am at the point to die.
He said, man, I'm so damn hungry, bro, I'm about to die. All he got to do is wait. Yeah. Because remember, they're getting older now. This one ain't old, they're not babies no more. He old enough to run around, hunt, kill. He fully aware of who he is. He like, I'm Esau, I'm the firstborn, I got the birthright. That's what they're talking about, like, that's why it sounds crazy, like, you want my what? The response should have been, you want my, you crazy. That's what he should have said, but what he said, man, I'm dying. All he had to do was a couple more minutes. But what he said, Read.
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
What you say?
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
He said, this profit ain't worth S-H-I-T. He said, I'm dying, I'm hungry. Jacob like, man, just wait a couple more minutes, bro. I'm cooking food, chilling, just relax. You know what? You pressing me so bad, give me your birthright for it, because this trade is just obscene. The trade sounds so crazy, you would think nobody would do it. Esau said, man, I don't give a damn about this birthright, bro. I'm hungry. This ain't gonna do shit for me. Here. Gave his birthright over to his brother. His salvation over to his brother, right? He telling God, he giving God the middle finger. He said, hey, I don't give a damn about none of this. Take this birthright. I don't care about salvation. So, from the very beginning, if he's like that, what's it saying? Keep the same energy? So now we all the way back here now, and God like, nigga, you can't get the kingdom. Right. But why can't I get it? Well, you gave me the middle finger, dang, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years before. Now you want to change up? No. You say F me, F you too then. Right. You can't get the kingdom. Read.
Excuse me. And verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit is this birthright to me?
It ain't gonna do no good for me. Read.
And Jacob said, swear to me this day.
He said, put it on God if you mean what you're saying. Because it sounds so crazy. Esau said, this birthright ain't gonna do shit for me. Jacob know what the birthright is. He like, what? Swear to God. Put it on God that you're gonna give it to me. Read.
And he sware unto him.
He said what?
And he sware unto him.
He swore to Jacob and to God that he'll give it to him. It's if a man vow, he don't keep it, God gonna kill him.
Right.
There ain't no taking it back.
That's right.
So he said, hey, swear to God about it. Make a vow on that. There's a law in the Bible say don't swear, don't make vows, because if you make a vow or swear, you have to do it.
Right.
If I say, I swear on God, I'm gonna beat you up right now, I gotta do it. I got to. It's like, well, you gotta do it then.
Ideally, or that's how you
That's how it works. So when he made that swear to God, that vow of giving his birthright, it's gone. It's like, hey, swear to God, you give me that birthright. I swear to God, I give this birthright.
Okay, now let me ask you about myself. I done sworn too many times.
See, that's the thing about repenting and learning who you are. We all gonna move in foolish ways, not knowing the gravity of things that come with it, right? But when you come and learn the Bible, that's when you be like, okay, I ain't gonna do that no more. That's repentance, right? Like I say, I don't swear no more. What you gonna do? Stop swearing, right? Very simple. Stop swearing. You didn't know before, but now you know the understanding of it. Now you're not supposed to do it no more.
Right.
Right? Read.
The book of 2 Corinthians.
He brought it to go to New Testament because.
Yes, I got you. The book of Genesis chapter 30, 25 and verse. Oh, okay.
And this is why he said the thing about only Israel can salvation. Read.
Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Gone. Salvation gone. His salvation gone. Read.
For ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing.
He said what?
When he would have inherited the blessing.
Had salvation in the kingdom. Read.
He was rejected.
Because he gave it up. So now when Christ come back and saved the salvation for Israel, white man like, save me. No. Why? You done gave it up. That's why when you hear the teachers and the officers say, hey, only Israel get in the kingdom, and why Jesus is moving that same way, is because Jesus understands, I know the history. Right. It says, it's in Ezekiel, it said they have a perpetual hatred for us. Right. Meaning what? From that day forward, they always hated us. Even, read that part,
Excuse me. And he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully.
Wait, what?
Carefully.
He said, man, I'm keeping the commandments, man. I'm doing what I can, man. But please, let me get the kingdom, please, read.
With tears.
With tears, crying, read.
For ye know not unto the mount which, that's it.
He got rejected from that, right? Okay. So even Esau came starting with tears like, God, please, let me get the kingdom. Let me do this. Let me do that. God said, no, you gave it up. Remember what I said? If a man vow, he don't keep the vow, what? God gonna kill you. You made your vow, bro. He said, what did Jacob say? He said, swear to God. What did a white man say? He said, I swear to God, I give you this birthright. Now what? It's out his hands. It don't matter what you do. It's out his hands. You get what I'm saying? That's why when you hear, no, he only got salvation for Israel. No, he only deal with Israel. Because these people gave that up. From the, every nation has I'll put it like this. Every nation has a different level of judgment that's coming.
Right.
Esau getting judged that way because of what he did specifically to us. But other nations, they're not going to be judged the same way Esau will be judged. Yeah. Because, remember, if your parents, right, they raised you a certain way, right? We think all those kids learn. Remember, that spirit of hatred from the father gets taught to the kids, right? From the beginning of the Bible all the way up to now, to today, they've always tried to persecute us and kill us.
Right.
They never changed up. Because think about it, if you swear to God to give your birthright away, and everything doom and gloom and it's gone, if you a crash out, what you gonna do? Keep crashing out. Esau's still crashing out.
Right.
It ain't stopped. He like, yo, I gave everything up. Forget it. Yeah, he said, forget it. I'm gonna kill everybody. He crashed the whole. What does America do? Oppress the whole world, just us. He'll oppress us specifically, but where America at? Foot on everybody's neck, right? He's such a crash out. He like, I'm gonna make sure these people don't learn who they are, because if we learn, Christ come back, and Christ's gonna make he gonna fulfill the payment. You get what I'm saying? Right. That's the thing. So yeah, the Asian people I know, yeah, they got their nation of people have specific judgment. the Elam, the so-called East End with the dots on the head got a certain judgment. But Esau, their judgment is something completely different because of what they did to us. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie with you. Call me out, man. I was in the middle of talking.
Are you good? Yeah, it's all right. Hey, go ahead.
So judgment is gonna fall upon your friends.
Yeah.
Or they're not, okay? What if that person lived as nobly as he can?
Yeah, Romans 8:16. Watch this. Very simple answer. Very, very simple answer. Watch this. Read.
The book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16.
Yep.
For the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
So God says the spirit of this Bible gonna bear witness with us, right? Because let's say he may look Asian, but he's not Asian. There's groups of Asian in Asia and Mongolia that keep commandments, things that through slavery and like being slaves and having sex and mixing, they look a certain way. So what God said is, hey, give them the commandment. If they want to keep the commandments, they'll keep them. If they don't want to keep them, then they know what's up. There's never a time where you don't get an opportunity to keep the commandments. The Israelite. Because only Israel. Yeah, going to why? Because only Israelites can keep the commandments. It's a spiritual thing. Remember. Read again for me.
The book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. For the Spirit itself.
So the Spirit itself, not talking about carnal thing, right? Not the skin on the outside you see. Read.
Beareth witness with our spirit.
With what spirit?
With our spirit.
So this spirit gonna bear witness with our spirit that we are Israelites. Because remember, it's a deeper subject, but it's something called regeneration, right? If you kept the commandments all the way from the beginning, when you come back, you'll keep doing them. Somebody might have to knock you inside the head and be like, hey, bro, you an Israelite, keep the commandments, you'll start keeping them. But everybody not gonna keep them. Because I've told them about the commandments.
So are you saying that the Asian man, like
Right.
let's say he is an Israelite descendant, and that's probably why he would
Yeah.
judge himself. Let's just say
They won't want to do it.
so naturally they just want
Yeah, they naturally don't want to do it. The example would be like how Esau was. You know, he served his birth right away. That's the example of it. You got it. But like an example would be like with Esau, where it's like, hey, it's your birthright, this. I don't give a damn about this.
I can't say like man who's descended from, let's say, the white man. I can't point out anybody and say, okay, I think he's with his life. I can't say that. What I can say, go to the black side. I got brothers
Yeah.
who are dead or whatever.
Right.
I don't think a couple of them are from their actions.
You know what?
They're from Israel, like
No. It's not. Just because you're Israelite don't mean you'll get the kingdom. They said 2/3 of Israel gonna die.
Right.
So
Only 1/3 getting the kingdom. So 1 out of every 3 people, 1 out of every 1,000 people only gonna get the kingdom.
Right. People that stand on the Israelite side, the black side, they are subject to.
Yeah, they're subject to the same judgment. No, nobody's excluded just because you're an Israelite.
Right. So they're subject to falling into that same sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to the white man. Are they not? Can they not be subject to following God's side?
The law was never given to them. They innately in their spirit was never built to do that. Read it for me real quick.
The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 35. And when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
So only Israel been what? When you play football or anything? Basketball? You play from a very young age, right? You've been trained to do that. But if somebody never played basketball before, and you give them a basketball, what they gonna do? How they gonna look? They're gonna be, what are doing this? It's the same thing with the commandments. God said from the very beginning with Jacob, his descendants, his 12 sons, he raising them up in the commandment. Hey, this commandments, you're Israelite, you get the birthright. Your commandments, you're Israelite, the birthright. This, right? Esau, on the other hand, Asians on the other hand, the East Indians on the other hand, they say, hate them. Here's our fake God. Do this. So when you accustomed and your spirit from back then keeps doing it and you come back and do it now, you're not going to keep it. Want to know why? Because your spirit don't bear witness with it. It's like, just like how when we said stuff to you and you was like, I ain't never do that. I ain't going to do that. I don't get it. That feeling you had, imagine that feeling but you're not listening. That's what it's like. It's like, hey, bro, if an Edomite came out and said, hey, man, keep the commandments, wear fringes, do it. He said, I'm going to do it. Okay, do it. Once I say that, it's on him. One thing you have to get over is worrying about other people.
Right.
Get 1 Corinthians, new creature. Like, one thing you have to worry about is the other people. Once you learn what you got to do, the car's going to fall where they're going to fall, bro. Because you over here worrying about them, but when Christ come back, you going to die. Now what? They ain't going to get it because the history, we already read how they treated us, but you're not going to get it because you was like, what about you? What about you? What about you? But they're like, man, you dirty Mexican, kill him.
Exactly.
I'm for real. That's what it is. Read.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 and verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature.
Once you fully understand who you are, you understand you're Israelite, you understand you from the tribe of Issachar, you're trying to keep the commandments,
Right.
you become a new creature. So all the things about the, what's the word? The swearing and all the stuff you did in the past, that get wiped away.
Right.
Now you have to take the steps forward to what? Do it the right way. If you go back to it, it's on you. You got to deal with that junk. It's all about how you got to, only you get yourself to the kingdom, bro. You worry about other people, they gonna die, and then you gonna die with them. Right. Looking crazy, you be like, dang, they ain't make it, I'm so sad. Right. And then here come Christ. Hey, Christ, I'm going to heaven. Christ will be like, hey, somebody kill this nigga. Right. He didn't want to do nothing with me.
Right.
Read.
Excuse me. Behold, all things are become new. All things, read it again. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature.
You're a new creature once you learn these things, read.
All things are passed away.
All that stuff you did before passed away, bro. Nobody holding up to you. God not holding you to judgment for those things. There ain't no refreshing. There ain't no, this is like a one-time thing. This ain't no, I'm just keep becoming a new creature. Nah, bro. Once you commit and do it, all that stuff you did back then, gone. Now it's time for you to do it right. Read.
Behold, all things are become new.
You're a new creature, bro. All that stuff become new. You just got a clean slate. Understanding could become to you. God start dealing, you got a whole new slate. You get what I'm saying? That's the importance of it, right? Quick question. You got a girlfriend? Okay. You got a boyfriend? Oh, okay, let's check him, bro. I gotta ask. Shit.
225,
Hey, bro, we in that time, bro. Hey, you be surprised if you got a girlfriend? Nah, you got a boyfriend? Hey, you can't do that.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. But the point is this. All those things now that you have the opportunity to, first of all, did it make sense what I'm saying? The history of it? And now you got context of why Christ like, I'm here for Israelites. I'm here for this. Or God said, I'm only for Israel. Because just like that situation with the gang member uncle, and you realize, bro, why does he hate that man so much? What's the big deal? And you realize that man that killed your grandma, that raped your sister, that stole from you, killed your brother that you never got to meet. You like get it. I understand the reason. I understand the reason for the anger. I understand the reason for why you deal with him that way. Yeah, get that real quick. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
You all got ears. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity.
Who put us in this? You know that perpetual hatred thing I told you about? That a hatred, like they always hate us since from the birthright thing. Read.
Shall go into captivity.
Who put us in captivity? White folks. They went to the west coast of Africa and said, give me some niggas, I'm going to do some stuff with them. The so-called Native Americans and Mexicans were over here before anybody else. Esau said, take the niggas from the west coast of Africa and take them Spanish-speaking, whatever them niggas is, and switch them. Why you think, you don't go to Peru and find Hispanics over there? Like Peru, El Salvador, all those things, all the Spanish-speaking countries and stuff like that, right? Esau, the white man, took all us, and then swapped us. He said, take all these Negroes and put them over here, and take all those Negroes and put them over there. So, and then destroy who they are, because that's why I said the judgment different. Because when Asians had us in captivity and slavery, we still knew it was Israelites, right? When East Indians had us in captivity, we still knew it was Israelites. When the white man has us in captivity, he said, make sure they don't know a damn thing about who they are. Because when you came up here, you didn't use Issachar, did you? That mean it worked.
Right.
So, don't you think the judgment should be a little bit different? Because everybody else doing it one way, but here come this one people. You know what? I seen how God dealt with everybody else when they did too much. But I already told God F them, so I might as well just crash out. Okay. I ain't gonna lose nothing. I'm gonna die anyway. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all snared in holes. And they are hid in prison houses.
What?
They are hid in prison houses.
What's the whole point of prisons? You know they don't build prisons unless they can put people in them? They only build prisons when they know they can put people in them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He saw from the beginning, sold that birthright. He said, you know what? I'm going to make sure these people don't get to do nothing.
That's right.
As long as I'm alive, I'm going to make sure they can't do nothing. But for you, let's get a commandment for you real quick. I'm going to show you an example of something quick. Then I'll let you go. Get Numbers 15:38. Now you ask about it's going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You ask about, what about if an Asian person or a white person came by, right? And then how I'm going to get my salvation now that I know? So you're a new creature, right? You're Issachar. Here's something you got to learn how to do. Read.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
This is an example of God only giving the commandments to the Israelites. He said, give the commandment to who?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Because only these people will be able to fulfill this thing. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So you see everybody out here with a fringe on their garment? It's a fringe, right? Read.
Throughout their generation.
Still generate. You still here, right? I'm still here. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
You gotta put a ribbon of blue on top of that fringe, right? Now this serve a purpose. It's not just like a fashion statement. We ain't doing it because it look cool, you know? No, it serve a purpose. Read. Right.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So now it's here to remind you the commandments, the history. Every time I look at these fringes, I say I gotta keep these fringes on because what? It's a commandment of God to remind me to keep the commandments. And I'm gonna get salvation if I keep these. And I also remember that these niggas right here killed my people. Right. So I should be what? More inclined to do it to make sure I see the day that the righteous judgment, not for just them, for everybody that did my people wrong. Right. If somebody did your mom and your brother wrong, you won't see justice, right? Are you gonna be like
Black guy that.
yeah, black guy that who phone going on? So just like the black guy, answer your phone in order. Just like how they kill our people, right? Let's say that was your brother, like George Floyd happened, right? Would you want to see justice for that? Are you gonna be like, you know what? We all make mistakes. I forgive him. Come give me a hug. Are you gonna be like, nah, he need to go to jail. He needs something to happen to him. Like that white boy came to the church in Charleston and killed all them people? Dylan Roof? What did the family say? Oh, come give me a hug, man. We forgive you. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Or you gonna be like, make sure he get under the prison.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And